Hi, I'm Jordan the Nerd of Gold, and usually I don't talk about characters fighting each other because comics are contradictory at best, so you can find stories of this character beating that character. But I did have someone ask me a question the other day in a direct message about this character versus that character that I thought was actually interesting and I want to speak about. I'm going to tag them down below. And the suggestion that they made was Darwin of the X-Men versus Iska of Arakko. Darwin, if you don't know about him, he has the ability to adapt to anything, which means he is functionally an Omega level mutant who cannot die because he will always adapt to whatever he needs to in order to survive and hopefully win a fight. It just kind of depends on the scenario and the story. But either way, Darwin evolves to whatever he needs to. He has become a god of death before. He's an awesome character. And Iska, for those of you who don't know, she is one of the founding mutants of the original, not original tribes of mutants, but kind of one of the first mutants on Earth. And sure, her power is an Omega level version of she can't lose. So think of how Domino manipulates probabilities in her favor. This is taken to the absolute extreme. Iska cannot lose, which means any fight she is going to win. But that also means her victory is kind of dependent on the circumstances around her, as seen in the history of Arakko. Because when the Arakko mutants came across some demons that were more powerful than them, they had Iska become a traitor, and Iska joined the enemy side because she can't lose, therefore she can't be on the losing side, and she became an enemy of her people. Now that's an interesting weakness to her, because Darwin, in theory, could evolve into an environment, an ecosystem in which he will always win because he dictates the circumstances around Iska. So that's how I think Darwin would win. He would have to evolve to become something new. He would become a Darwin kind of Krakoa in a sense, and therefore if he controls the environment around Iska by being the dominant force, he will force her into becoming on his side. That is how he wins against her power. There's no other scenario in which that kind of works out in Iska's favor, because she can't kill him because he adapts to anything she does, but he also can't lose to her because he will adapt to anything. So he has to change the circumstances around her to neutralize the fight by making her a friend. That's basically how Darwin would win. The power of friendship.